You're listening to The Warehouse Specialist on RobertMendieta.com, simplifying industrial real estate for investors both large and small. Thanks for stopping by. If you're interested in resources on selling, leasing, or purchasing industrial real estate without all the hype, you're in the right place. Stay tuned and be sure to join hundreds of others who have already benefited from RobertMendieta.com, your source for investing in commercial real estate. Today's topic is understanding the basics about a sale and leaseback. What is a sale-leaseback? A sale and leaseback is a transaction in which a buyer purchases a property from the seller, and in turn the seller of the property leases the property back. The company that purchases the property becomes the landlord, and the company that sells the property becomes the tenant. A basic sale-leaseback can benefit both the buyer and seller. However, before moving forward, it is important to consider all advantages and risk in this transaction. Seller advantages. One of the biggest reasons that makes sense in a sale-leaseback is raising operating capital. The seller can raise operating capital with a sale-leaseback that is otherwise tied up in the asset, while not having to incur the cost of relocating their business, as the seller retains possession of the property in a leasehold estate for the lease term. Alternative to conventional financing. The seller can usually structure the initial lease term for a period that meets its initial needs without the burden of any balloon payments or call provisions, refinancing, or other issues that conventional financing improves balance sheets and credit standings. In the sale-leaseback, the seller replaces a fixed asset, the real estate, with the current asset, the cash proceeds from the sale. Thus, an increased current ratio improves the seller's position for borrowing future additional funds. Seller disadvantages. Owners should consider the following business disadvantages in deciding whether to raise funds through a sale-leaseback. Loss of residual property value. Perhaps the major disadvantage of a sale-leaseback is the seller transfers the title. Owners can minimize this disadvantage by including a repurchase option in the leaseback. Possible relocation. At the end of a lease without any renewal options, the seller may have to negotiate an extension of the lease at current market rents or may be forced to relocate its business. High rental payments. If the rental market softens, the seller may be locked into a higher rental rate negotiated at the time of the sale-leaseback. Buyer bankruptcy. If the buyer files bankruptcy, the trustee in the bankruptcy may reject any agreement to renew the leaseback or the seller's option to purchase the property. Tax considerations. A seller's decision to raise funds through the sale-leaseback frequently is based on substantial income tax advantages. These savings are an additional source of cash that the seller may use. Deduction of rental payments. The main tax advantage of a valid sale-leaseback is that rental payments under the lease are fully deductible. With conventional mortgage financing, a borrower deducts interest and depreciation only. Timing gain and loss recognition. A seller can use a sale-leaseback to time the recognition of gains or losses while retaining the use of a property. A business may want to recognize gains to use business credits or net operating loss carryovers. Capital gain, ordinary loss treatment. Because a property involved in a sale-leaseback generally is held for under the seller's trade or business, it qualifies for capital gain, ordinary treatment. Capital gain, ordinary loss treatment. Because the property involved in a sale-leaseback generally is held for the use of the seller's trade or business, it qualifies for capital gain, ordinary loss treatment. If you're looking for additional information regarding a sale-leaseback, you'll want to get my free report on the sale-leaseback basics. I want you to know that I'm fully committed to help you achieve your real estate goals. I want you to see that it's my goal to provide long-lasting relationships that extend beyond a single transaction. So on this page here, and fill out the information, you'll be able to take advantage of all the free resources. Those of you who would like to connect with me, you can find the links for Facebook and LinkedIn on this page. If you're a repeat client, welcome back. I look forward to personally meet with you soon.
Thank you.